In this short video, I'm going to share one of my all-time favorite tools in 2021, and that is mmhmm. You heard me right. Mmhmm. You don't open your lips when you say the name. This is absolutely revolutionizing how people do Zooms, Google Meetups, but even more important, when I show you this video, you're going to see how it can be used as an entire recording studio. You see, as a Zoom meetings can get quite boring, but not with mmhmm. I can go out to my backroom barbecue, or I can go down to Washington, D.C., or come out on a snowy day on the mountainside. I can make these very, very interactive. I also have the ability to put me anywhere I want, so I can slide different things over. I can go into circles and do whatever really I want. And one of my favorites over here that a lot of people have been seeing me do recently is put myself inside of a TV. So how great is this as a presentation style when you're out working with people in a Zoom meeting or a Google Meetup? But now let me hop over to mmhmm. I'm going to share my desk and I'm going to show you how to use it as a recording studio, which is what I'm doing right now. And all the controls you have to set up scenes, control your mic and your sound and all that detail right on the mmhmm platform. So let's dive in. So now I'm inside of mmhmm, which is my recording studio for my YouTube channel. It's also where I do my VideoAsk little shorts when I'm doing VideoAsk dialogue flows. So let me show you the power of this. Over on the right-hand side is all the rooms. There's a plus sign if you want to bring in your own rooms. They have literally hundreds of rooms to pick from. So we have a Thanksgiving holiday coming up. I would simply just have to hit plus, and now I have a nice Thanksgiving holiday that I can use for my Turkey Day celebration. And you can make the actual Zoom camera, so that way what you're seeing on Zoom is behind me and everything that I'm using, whether I do it on a twilight or down here I was showing earlier my little TV. So these are all just great little rooms to work with. Now, that's all fun and good. That makes Zooms and Google Meetups so much more special. And you could actually do presentations right inside of mmhmm as well with Copilot mode. There's a Copilot button on the top left. What I wanted to show you is how you set up your recording studio. So at the very top of mmhmm, you'll see a mic and a camera. So on the drop down arrow, you could pick what your audio is for your shoot. So in this case, I have an Epoch Cam, which is using my iPhone. I have my MacBook Pro microphone. I also have a Blue Yeti, which is my audio now in my studio. When you go over to the camera, again, on the camera, you could do the same. You could use any external camera you have. Right now, I'm just shooting this with my FaceTime on high def camera on my MacBook. So you could do any kind of camera shoot you want. Now, what I also want to show you here, though, is if you have a green screen, which I have behind me here, you could turn on the green screen. And if I don't have a green screen, it kind of looks a little fuzzy. The green screen really cleans things up if you have a green screen to work with, and you could identify the color of the green screen. Mine's actually green, so I'm going to say it's a green screen. Over here, you also want to be able to, you have the zoom ratio, so you can zoom in and out to tighten it up in your screen before you start recording. So you set up your scene and all your details ahead of time. There's also this threshold, and this is very important. Depends on your lighting here. You're going to move this around until you find the right color contrast, so you don't have an orange glow. Like I could have a purple glow around me. And over here, I'm going to make it so it's just a nice tight, and I feel like I'm in the room. So when I'm back here on my channel and I'm in the room, a lot of people say they love my channel with the brick wall. This is just a mmhmm scene that I've set up for my recordings on my channel. So very, very powerful. These are the rooms. Now you also have the presentation over here. So you could do a pointer. So if you're pointing out things, you can use, in this case, my mouse, I'm just moving things around with a pointer. You could also go away. So if you want to disappear, I'll be right back. You can go into an away mode very, very easily. So that's also very, very cool. Right here, you have the ability to make me go kind of ghost-like. So if I'm doing a presentation, I may want to fade into the background and let the presentation take front and foremost, the focus. I also can just change the size that I'm at. So I can move me over here, and then I can anchor me anywhere with the anchor buttons right here as I'm doing presentations. Now, you also have over here the ability to create what's called scenes. So down on the very bottom of I may want to include a GIF. So on the GIF, I can bring in my own GIFs, or to really show a point, I can move this over here and change the whole focus. And I can either go full screen or just over my shoulder when I'm doing presentations. Oftentimes on my channel, I may be showing my iPhone. So over here, there's this Mac or iOS device. So if I had my iPhone running, which I don't, it's over in the other room, I could actually pick my iPhone and then throw it over my shoulder as I'm doing a presentation. But I could actually grab anything that I want to show in that presentation. Down here is a new scene, so I can add a new scene. So the nice thing about the scenes is as you're doing recording, you could have multiple scenes of your presentation, and maybe you do the intro scene. And then in the intro scene, I want me to be very large. So I may start out my scene up here where I'm talking to you regularly. But when I'm doing a presentation like showing ManyChat or one of the other products, I want to be inside that theme. So let me show you how this works. Let me go over and set up ManyChat. So I have my ManyChat system here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say new slide, and from my Mac, and I'm going to pick this content right here, which is ManyChat. Now it's inside that scene. So what I have the ability to do is make it over my shoulder, or I can make it full screen. And if I'm going to present something in ManyChat, I may grab this and may move me down in this part of the screen. So I can actually be talking about, if you get your pointers right, what is behind me. And I can go through a flow and give you a whole example of, the ManyChat system. So fantastic capabilities here. When you want to slide off, you can go back here. But also, as you go to the different scenes, you could have yourself pre-positioned scene by scene. So I may be here in scene 1, and then in scene 2, I'm down here. So when I'm showing things, I can simply toggle between the scenes by clicking on the panel down below as I'm doing my presentation. Now, when you're ready to record, once you have all your scenes laid out, how you're going to do it, right down in this area, you have a record button under the edit. So when you start recording, I'll start recording this now. There's a countdown up top, and now we're in a recording mode inside of So I'm presenting the topic, I'm showing my slides, and when I'm done, I simply hit stop. And now I can do a playback where I'll see how this works. Up top, and now we're in a recording mode inside of Okay, so I'm recording inside of a recording. Pretty cool here. Now, once you're ready with the edit, there is a basic editor inside of but I don't use that for all my video editing. If I'm doing VideoAsk little clips, like how many bedrooms you're looking for, and it's a short couple second clip, I'll use for all my outputs. But if I'm going to do more full length kind of video, I use InVideo, which I'm going to have another video on my channel shortly where I'll go through the details of the combined with InVideo, where I add music and other capabilities in the system. So let me turn this off. This isn't about ManyChat here, and I'll go back to my main dashboard here. What you can do in the basic editor is when you're in edit over here, the slides are right here. You could say manage tasks. And up in here, it would let you do some basic trimming and stuff. So I didn't really do a full recording, but you could trim the beginning edges and different parts of the video in So I may take the first second or two where I'm getting ready to say something. I don't want them to see that breath. And then I have a trim at the end, maybe where I'm ending my conversation. Once I'm happy with it, I come up here to the publish, and I can save the video or just keep it inside of mmhmm. They have a whole recording video. I put a title and a description, or I can simply say save video. When I save video, one of the things that I recommend you do is always turn off the bumper. If not, you'll have the splash screen that comes in at the very end. This doesn't look as great when it's your video on a YouTube channel or on a VideoAsk. So what you're also going to want to do, you can do high def, and then I'll hit save, and that's going to actually start downloading that video. And then if I come out on my Finder, which I won't go find it, it does export it as an MP4. Now I could take that MP4, put it in VideoAsk, upload it as a video, or I may want to use it for my YouTube, and I'm going to bring it in video and put some music and some other things in more of a professional editing tool to take that MP4 and now put it with some other elements to make a full production video. So I hope you like this video in this session. I am so excited about mmhmm. I've been using it since early 2021. It was in the early beta phase and came out of a beta for Mac only. And now they have a Windows base as well. So consider signing up. It's not, there's a free version, there's a paid version. I use it so much, it's not that expensive. I use it as a paid version. I have a lot of great capabilities here to really amp up my presentations as well as my interactions on Zoom and Google Meetup, making those meetings taking them to a whole new level. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is Smarty. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. I put videos out like this every single week to help make this the best decade ever. Enjoy.